back to the show with the biggest poop deck, sailing across the briny blue, pulling out me binocular, and showing you my harpoon. What? 'Tis another classic tale from
Red Movierama!
And I'm your host, Rik. And I can't wait to talk about today's movie.
So what was with the funny voice there, guy?
I'm trying to set the stage because this is going to be an high adventure for us here.
Hey, man, I know all about those high adventures, man.
No, we're talking about the high sea adventure 1977 Jaws ripoff, Orca the Killer Whale.
Oh, well, this doesn't sound like my kind of movie.
No way. Killer whales, sea fish, get real. Well, I happen to be really fond of this movie. I saw this movie back when I was a kid in the theater. Buttered popcorn, bottle caps. No way.
So, what's this movie all about then?
Oh, well, I'm glad you asked. Take it away, Rik.
Orca The Killer Whale is a 1977 American thriller film directed by Michael Anderson and produced by Dino De Laurentiis, starring Richard Harris, Charlotte Rampling, and Will Sampson. It's based on Arthur Herzog's novel of the same name. The film follows a male orca whale tracking down and getting revenge on a boat captain for killing the whale's pregnant mate and their unborn calf. That's sick! Starring Richard Harris as Captain Nolan, a man they paid way too much money to be in this film. Bo Derek, she's got legs, and Orca knows how to chew them. Charlotte Rampling as Lady Diver.
Lady Diver, you've been down too long with the whales at sea. Why don't you just free will leave? Show your slideshow about the brain of a dog and a whale and man. Show me again if you can, and let the movie play. Lady Diver,
Yeah. Nice. So, okay, Bruno. Why this whale? Does he just genuinely hate people or what?
No, when the movie starts off, it shows you how wonderful a whale's life is. I mean, they're floating around with their mate, enjoying the moonlight. It's a groovy thing. Everything's cool as long as people leave them alone.
Oh, I see. It's one of those mankind destroys nature kind of movies, huh? Is that the kind of thing we're going for in this movie right here?
Well, in a way, but it does break away to show us a great white attacking a guy.
Now, hold on, Skippy. You're confusing me because I thought we were talking about a killer whale. I mean, am I mistaken here? I think it was Orca, the killer whale.
Well, you'll understand in a second what's going on because there's a fishing boat, and they're trying to catch sharks. I mean, that's how these people make their living. And while they're chumming the water to catch the shark, they don't see the divers that are right up in front of them about to get hit by the boat.
So let me guess. The whale is going to stop the ship with its super whale powers.
No, but that's interesting.
Or maybe the shark's going to attack the divers? How about that?
Well, that's a good guess, too. But they end up getting back in the little boat, and they pull up to the ship, and they're like, hey, what are you trying to do? Kill us over here? I mean, you going to run us over?
Well, it's good to see people standing up for themselves. Stand up for the little guy.
And that's all fine and dandy till the shark shows back up. And then Robert Carradine,
Revenge of the Nerds,
is trying to start his boat, and he falls overboard. And then the shark starts coming after him.
Wait a minute, man.
Yeah.
1 minute. You're saying it's not chasing the diver.
Yeah.
Now you're saying it is chasing the diver. Which is it?
Well,
Yeah.
the point of this is the wild shark is coming to kill Robert Carradine.
Revenge of the Nerds.
So I don't really know where the whale comes from. He just comes and kills the shark.
So shark's in the water.
Yeah.
Robert Carradine's in the water.
Yeah.
And killer whale rams the great white.
Yeah.
And it kills the shark.
You got it.
So how do we know that it's a killer whale that killed the shark?
Because when it happens, we hear that there's only one thing that can do that to a shark, and that's a killer whale.
Ah, well, who says that?
Oh, well, that would be the lady diver.
Lady diver, you've been down too long with the whales at sea.
So you're saying that killer whales go around killing sharks? I mean, is that like their purpose in life now?
No, it's just really kind of a coincidence.
So the killer whale doesn't know Robert Carradine. So why is he trying to protect him?
No, it doesn't really matter.
So you're saying we just don't get a real explanation of what's going on here?
No, but we do get a 10-minute long slideshow presentation that tells us about how awesome killer whales are and how much bigger their brains are than people's.
Oh, you know what? I really, really do enjoy a good educational film. This ought to be fantastic.
Actually, it makes them kind of look like they're bullies and really, really smart and very, very capable of vengeance.
Oh, no. Not a good idea. I can already tell I don't like this guy. Can Lady Diver...
Lady diver, you've been down too long with the whales at sea.
Are we gonna do this every time?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. Can she not convince him not to go and do this?
Well, she can't change his mind, but she does find him unbelievably hot.
Man, that's hot.
So what year is this movie again? 1977? It sounds like she's running out of options to stop this guy. Has she tried offering sex? I wouldn't say that it's out of the question.
Man, in the 70s, that was just kind of their go-to. They would just drop their pants and go at it right there on the spot.
Well, we need to get on to the movie, so everybody get ready for a bunch of semen.
Whoa,
No
hold
way,
on
now
there,
that's
buddy.
hot.
Hold on.
No way.
I thought you said this was an R-rated.
Yeah,
That's
it's
hot.
It's R-rated because they're all going to jump in the boat and go out and try to catch one of these whales.
Sheesh. I didn't know what kind of movie we were watching there for a minute there, Skippy.
And within like 5 minutes of their fishing trip, they run into a whole family of killer whales.
Whoa, wait a minute. They run into them with the ship and kill them all?
No, they spot them. And they try to get close enough to where they can actually shoot one with a harpoon gun.
I don't know if that's really any better.
Yeah, man, I don't know if that's not too hot right there.
And our captain sees the big male of the bunch. And he tries to get a shot, but he nicks the dorsal fin and misses him completely and ends up hitting his female partner that's behind him.
Oh, that's terrible.
And then she just starts squealing and rolling and making all kinds of racket.
Come on, man. This is nuts.
Yeah, it's pretty shocking.
This is not family-friendly at all. At all.
And the captain's going to try to bring her in and get her up on the boat.
But doesn't he know that they don't do well with captivity?
Actually, Bo Derek just told him a few minutes ago, you're in bad shape when Bo Derek knows more about killer whales than you do.
Yeah, but Bo Derek, she's hot, man. She's hot.
And because they have a fear of being captive, the female whale basically runs herself into the propellers of the boats and tries to kill herself.
This is horrible. Who watches a movie like this?
Well, if you think that's horrible, just wait. Because when they hoist her body up and she's all bloody all over, then they find out she's pregnant. And she's having the baby, and the baby falls out and it just hits the deck of the boat.
Okay, I'm done.
But just hold on. It'll pay off, I promise.
So the captain saves the baby whale then?
No, not really. He grabs a water hose and flushes the baby off the side of the boat down into the ocean.
Holy jeesh, this is terrible.
Yeah, I know. And then the orca, he sees the whole thing when it's going on.
Oh, man, this is going to drive that killer whale right over the edge. He's probably going to go John Wick on him.
I should say so. Matter of fact, the first thing he starts doing is ramming the boat.
Yeah, he's angry.
So that when he does, it causes the female partner to start swanging.
What's the purpose?
Well, because of how much she weighs, it causes the boat to start tipping over.
I see.
Look at this guy, John Travolta, thinking he's cool, Mr. Balloon Man with this fish.
There you are. I wondered where you were. Say, what's your name anyways?
No way.
Well, all right, no way. Good to have you back.
Not my problem.
Anyways, back to the story. The weight of the whale is too much for the boat to stand, So the captain gets the second mate to climb up and start cutting the ropes to free the female so she'll fall off the boat.
That sounds dangerous.
So he climbs out on a hoist and pulls a little hatchet out and chops the ropes, and while the female's body is dropping into the water, Orca is coming up out of the water and grabs the dude and pulls him down into the ocean.
Ah, so even Stevens, huh? You take one of mine, I take one of yours. So now we're even Stevens, yo.
No, I think Orca feels like this is far from over. So a little after this, they have a little funeral procession, and he pushes his mate's body all the way to the docking port where the ship came from, showing everybody that lives in that area just what the captain has done.
Jeesh. Well, it's lucky that they got back to the dock and they're on dry land. They don't have to worry about an orca coming and trying to kill them in their sleep.
Yeah, you would think they're safe and sound, but it's not that simple. Because apparently the locals consider this a bad omen when you kill a killer whale. So the captain starts to have a real bad guilt trip. And then one day he's met up with the Fisherman Union's guy, and he comes up and says, hey, the locals, they're very superstitious, and what you have done is going to ruin the livelihood of this port with all the fishing. It runs the fish off.
Gee, sounds like they're spooked.
And even the lady diver is giving him a hard time.
Lady diver, you've been down too long with the whales at sea.
Seriously. Well, he deserves a hard time. I mean, look at what he's done here. He's messed up a whole family.
But in the next morning when they're doing repairs on the captain's boat, the orca comes up and starts punching holes and sinking every boat in the dock except the captain's.
He's calling him out. Mr. Boat Sinker, going around sinking boats. I'd like to see him sink my boat.
And yeah, I'm sure you would. So now all the locals want him to pack up and get his team and get out of there.
Look at this place. Who stays here anyway? I mean, look. No Walmart. No McDonald's. No way.
That's a very good point, but the captain refuses to leave. So the orca tries tactic number 2.
Good old number 2.
Which is called break all the fuel lines that go into the dock and blow up the town.
I never knew a whale could be so angry.
So here comes the Fisher Union guy again, and he basically said, look, we jumped ahead, we went ahead and fixed your boat, you gots to go. And so he calls up the lady diver.
Lady diver, you've been down too long with the whales at sea.
This is getting old really quick.
And she talks him into not going out just yet, because she knows that the killer whale's after him. And he agrees.
That sounds like the whale's going to try something else then.
He sure does, because he knows which house the captain lives in, which is suspended just like a dock. And he starts breaking the dock supports from underneath the house, and he busts up through the floor, and he bites Bo Derek's leg off.
Oh, no.
Hey, man, that's hot.
Yeah, I know, right? So the captain assembles a new team, which consists of Bo Derek's boyfriend, Robert Carradine,
Revenge of the Nerds.
a Native American who knows a lot about whales, who's willing to die because he ain't got nothing else to do, I guess. And last but not least, of course,
No, don't say it. Don't say it.
Lady Diver.
Lady diver, you've been down too long with the whales at sea.
That's it. I'm telling Mom.
Well, we'll see. So they set a course to go back to where this all really started, where they harpooned the female killer whale.
So we're going back to the scene of the crime. I like it.
Well, not really. He's actually just got him there, and he starts telling them to follow him.
What? No way.
He's using his tail to wave at them like a hand and saying, come on and follow me.
What?
So we don't really know where he's leading them.
Well, that's really got to be making them nervous there.
Oh, well, yeah, it should. I mean, they seem really, really relaxed. Otherwise, though, I mean, they're just kind of hanging out on the boat, you know, chilling out.
Waving whales.
But then Robert Carradine gets a little too close to the edge of the boat, and Orca just jumps up and snags him like a bunch of blueberries.
Oh, boy. That'll make you keep your guard up for sure, stuff like that.
That's for sure, because now Bo Derek's boyfriend is starting to freak out because the whale's just kind of playing with them. Leading them to who knows where. They're running out of food, running out of water.
Get real.
This orca is purposefully driving them crazy.
I bet.
And at this point, they realize that they're heading north.
Well, I'm curious, why would the killer whale want to go up north?
Don't really know. Maybe to make it an even playing field for the battle, I guess.
I would pick a ballpark, but okay.
So now they're freezing their rear ends off, and they're getting very, very irritable.
Stupid jacket.
Especially at each other. I mean, they're cooped up in there. And late one night, they almost hit an iceberg.
Oh, no.
And then Bo Derek's boyfriend decides, I'm getting out of here. and he starts to move one of the little lifeboats off to the side like he's going to leave.
No way.
And an orca jumps up through the bottom of the lifeboat, busts it in half, and dude falls in the water.
Oh.
And orca takes him away.
Oh, jeez.
Lifeboat.
And I was really starting to like that guy. So, now we're just down to 3 people?
That's right, you can count.
Thanks.
And that's what's going to lead us up to the very next issue of Movie Fight Night. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a freezing episode of Movie Fight Nights. I'm your host, Doc Egan, and we are out here in the mid-Atlantic, freezing our butts off for a battle of the ages. And with me, as always, with more demands than a sweating Aretha Franklin, it's Jimmy the Claw. How's it going, Jimmy?
It's really cold, Doc. I'm not used to these temperatures, but this ought to be interesting to watch.
Yeah, I understand that this story kind of takes us back a few weeks to the killing of a female killer whale and its baby. And the orca whale that is here is very upset about that fact and is planned on taking out his vengeance on not only the captain, but his crew.
It's a very sad, heartbreaking story, Doc, and it's a shame that it has to come to this, but they're going to end the ring. 2 men enter in, 1 man leaves victorious.
And there's the bell, and there's already some action going on. It looks like the orca is pushing a small iceberg over into the boat.
Yeah, I think he's trying to get his attention. He's just trying to get things going here.
And that he does. We can see him. He's kind of coming up for air. And oh, the captain throws a harpoon into him.
That's gotta hurt, Doc. That's really gotta hurt. That hit him right in the soft point.
It must really hurt, Jimmy. I've never heard sounds like this before.
Yeah, Doc, he's having to swim away and recover. I think he's gonna shake it off and he'll come right back.
The good thing about it is he put that iceberg into play, and it's now hitting the ship and causing it to crash.
An old ship like that can't handle this kind of stuff, Doc.
Oh, it's sinking the boat now.
That's what I figured.
That's not good.
Yeah, they're in trouble. Earthquake.
Oh, it's rammed into the back of the large iceberg, and it's causing an avalanche.
That ship is done. Count her out.
Oh, and it just crushed our Native American friend.
Yeah, he's gone.
So we're down to 2 people in the crew now. How about that, Jimmy? Even when the orca's away, he's still wiping out people.
It's unbelievable, Doc. We are dealing with a true force of nature here.
Absolutely. Now, this is causing the captain and his mate to get out on the actual ice that's on top of the water, and this can't be safe. This is really going to be a challenge for them.
I think the orca had set a plan, and he's sticking to it. Even though he's injured, he's still got in mind how he wants to pull this off.
And they look really confused. They don't know where he's at this moment. Anywhere under the ice. Oh, now he's popping up out of the ice and just showing them, here I am, try to catch me.
This orca is a master of the mind games, Doc.
It's really got to be heavy on their minds for sure, because now they have no boat. They've lost their other mate, and they're just kind of wandering around now, trying to figure out how to react to this. Oh, he's popping up out of the ice again in another location. Here I am.
They're running around. They're shaking in their boots. They really have no idea what's going on. Plus, it doesn't help that it's negative 19 degrees out here.
Boy, you're right there, Jimmy. I can't feel my legs.
I bet you can't, Doc. Hey, look at what they're doing now.
Yeah, they're trying to get off the ice and get onto that iceberg, and... Oh,
he rammed them again.
Yeah, the orca, he kind of just rammed into that iceberg, and it knocked the captain off the iceberg and back onto the plate of ice. And the lady yells, and now she's tossing in the rifle.
Now, Doc, that was a dangerous throw.
You're right, Jimmy. If that gun would have went off when he caught it, it would have just blown his head off.
Yeah, not a smart move from the captain and his first mate. If he would have died right there, she would really look like a big ass hat.
And now the band is starting to play. I'm not really sure where the location is of that band, Jimmy, but they're sounding good today.
Yeah, it's really hard to blow a trumpet when it's 14 below.
Now the captain's taking aim. He's trying to find a shot.
He's got to be tired at this point, Doc.
Oh, he's popped back up. The orca's standing there again. Now we kind of got another face-off here. They're kind of just staring at each other. The captain has pulled up his gun to shoot, but he just won't do it.
Well, when you're this emotionally charged, it's hard to make a call.
And the first mate is yelling out commands, thinking that the captain should be using a force of firepower at this point.
You know, she could have a career in the business as a manager.
So at this point, the killer whale has broken off a piece of ice that the captain is on. There's no way to escape. He's surrounded by water without going in the water.
I really think the captain's in trouble now, Doc.
Oh, and in an amazing show of strength, the killer whale jumps up and lands on the edge of the ice, which capsizes the other side and it slides the captain down into the freezing water.
I have to admit, I thought that the captain was a goner. I thought he would slide right down into the killer whale's mouth.
Yeah, I know what you mean, Claw. I think we've seen that in another fight before.
Look at him, Doc. He's just swimming around him, playing with him.
Hey, Orca, haven't you ever heard your mom say, don't play with your food?
Ha ha ha, good one, Doc.
It's getting interesting now. He's now using his tail to pick up the captain.
Oh, he's got him.
And he's throwing him into the iceberg and it crushed him just like a bad tomato.
That was painful, Doc.
I believe that's it for him, Jimmy.
You're right, Doc. You might as well just call in the dogs. This one's over.
And now we got the orca kind of taunting the lady friend that's stuck out here on the iceberg all alone. He's kind of saying, you want a little? Come on down here, lady.
The band's starting to play some heartfelt music. They must have really cared for the captain.
Well, I really hope the band director has sympathy for this lady and decides to take her back, because I think the whale is not interested in carrying her back to where she belongs.
Well, technically, she didn't do anything, but being he's wounded now, I doubt that he could carry her that far.
Well, I have to say, Jimmy, this has been the most unusual fight we've seen so far.
Yes, it has.
And I believe I'm starting to hear helicopters coming in, so it sounds like they're coming to save the day. Which reminds me, folks, we need to head out of here as well. Jimmy, you ready to go?
Yeah, just let me break off an iceberg real quick.
All right, folks, that's it for us. We're going to head out of here, so signing off from the North Pole, this is Doc Egan, and we will see you next time on Movie Fight Nights.
Well, that's just great. Now the lady is stuck out there all by herself. What's she gonna do?
Well, the helicopter's going to pick her up, but if it was modern times, she'd probably go back home, sell her story, and sell a bunch of books telling what happened to her.
And that's it? This is how this movie ends?
It sure is. So, guys, what did you think about this movie?
Yo, man, that movie's
so rad.
No way.
So rad.
No way.
Well, I'm glad you guys liked it. So, here's one thing, though, that I want to do different this episode, and this is where we have a sing-along.
All right.
So, all of you folks listening, sing along with us.
They call him Orca, Orca, smarter than people, stronger than lead. He'll bite off your leg. And we know Orca, he has a buttload of anger. What's even stranger, he's out for blood. Don't ever mess with the king of the sea, or try to capture his family. He will crush you with his razor teeth, or crush you to death with his tail. They call him Orca, Orca, killer of seamen. This breath is your last when he bites your ass. And we know Orca, he's gonna blow your whole town up. He don't give two king of the sea. His name is Orca, Orca, the killer whale.
See you next episode, everybody.
Red Movierama!